登録して。
Card Kaizoku.
This video is brought to you by Nengarden. To celebrate their 1-year anniversary, they're thanking fans with a huge sale. Nearly everything is $30 or less. Plus, you can use code CARDKaizoku at checkout for an extra 5% off your order. This video is brought to you by Adakai TCG. Shop the latest in premium holographic textured custom One Piece cards. Designed for collectors, crafted to stand out. Use code CARDKaizoku for 15% off your next order. This video is sponsored by gumgum.gg. See Western OP11 list and Eastern OP12 list on gumgum.gg. Updated daily. Be the first to see decks for new leaders as they emerge. With over 1,000 deck lists per set, gumgum.gg has all the top strategies as soon as they drop. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. Alright, welcome to the top 16 of the Japan Season 1 finals for the 2025 to 2026 season. If this is the first video you're watching in this series, we just went over top 32, so check out that video first if you want to watch this in chronological order. But if you're just watching it for your favorite leaders, yeah, here's a top 16 breakdown here for you. I will translate it for you guys. So 6 blue-purple Luffys made it to the top, followed by 3 green-purple Luffys, followed by 2 green-yellow Laws. We saw one of it in the last game. And then 2 Rayleighs. So Rayleigh's still here. And then we see 1 Betty. 1 Betty managed to make it out of top 32, followed by Shanks. Oh, Shanks is up here. And lastly, we have Lucci. Whoa, Lucci in PRB02 is surprising to see. So yeah, let's just see what the next top 16 featured match is going to be. We'll skip to live and see if they've already started. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. And let's see what it is against. I think that's a Shanks. I see a Shanks, so we'll just go over what Shanks does real quick, in case you guys don't know. Right, okay, well, they're going over the other player, who is not Shanks. Well, I'll just go over Shanks' leader ability. So Shanks, once per turn, this effect can be activated when your opponent attacks. You can give up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 1,000 power for the turn. So very defensive leader against blue-purple Luffy, okay. Considerably the BDIF, best deck in format. Now what he does is, so at the start of your turn, if you have 8 or more Dawn cards, at the start of your turn, so this is 8 going to 10 or 9 going to 10, you get to look at the top 5 cards of your deck for a Straw Hat Crew type card added to your hand, and then you can put the remaining 4 back on the top or bottom of your deck in any order. So this is all about ramping to get to the point where you're at 8 Dawn so that you can draw extra cards every turn, right? This is a deck that scales infinitely because the longer the game goes on, the more value he's going to get over you, right? First turn that he has his leader ability active, he has 1 more card than you. Every turn after that, it's 2 more cards, 3 more cards, 4 more cards. So you can see he'll just outvalue you in the late game if you can't kill him quick enough. So it's kind of like he sets a clock basically for you. And Shanks is not the most aggressive deck, at least not in the current build of Shanks, especially after PRB02 give him a couple cards that I don't think make him any faster, right? He gets access to Lucky Roo, which is a blocker that stalls the game. He gets access to Law, which I guess it can be aggressive, right? It's part of his removal package if you play the removal version of Shanks that utilizes power down and KO effects that's based on the current power of a character. So take a look at starting hands here. So not green, blue-purple Luffy. I always say green and blue-purple for some reason, get it mixed up. So he does have 1 ramp here, 2 ramp late game, and then just 4K counter here. So yeah, it's pretty basic. 2 ramp effects. He's going first though, so that might be enough to get him to 8. So he might just be fine here. Something is making my computer lag so that when I draw on screen, it's like not smooth, it's squiggly or like jaggedy is what the word I'm looking for. So the Shanks, okay, so just bunch up your hand so I can't see it, thanks. So he has the blocker Shanks from OP12, right? Gives minus 2k to something. Come on, move your hand. Okay, so yeah, so we didn't get to see his hand at all because his hand was blocking it the whole time, his physical hands. So that's a 2k, that's a 2k. This is the 9 cost Shanks. Oops. Well, I can't control what they're doing. I guess they can't enforce them to not block the camera with their hands. So we'll just start the game here. So first Dawn turn for the blue-purple Luffy has nothing to do, so it just passes to the Shanks. I'm going to say green a lot by accident when I try to say blue-purple Luffy. I don't know why. It's like a weird mental thing with me. So Shanks 2 Dawn. I didn't remember seeing an Uta Searcher, so it doesn't have it play either. So no plays from either side. I do see a Ben Beckman, and okay, he had Building Stake, so he does have some KO set up. Building Stake plus Ben Beckman can get rid of like a 9-drop that the Luffy plays. So does just swing 9 here. Nothing to play for 2 turns for this guy. So does take it, passes back to the Shanks. So Shanks can start developing stuff. But if he does play any 4-drop, he cannot attack the leader because Blue Purple Luffy is a 6k base leader, right? So we could see him develop the Chopper, or we could just see him swing 9 back, or like 8 and develop the Building Snake at the very least. It's looking like he's going 7 leader. What's he going to use 2 Dawn for? Oh, 2 Building Snakes. I see 2 now. So 7 leader gets met with a 2k counter. He's going to develop 2 Building Snakes that give minus 3k if he bottom deck himself, right? This is going to be a very heavy amount of cost or power reduction here to combo with that Ben Beckman he has in hand, right? This one here, you can KO a character with the power of 6,000 or less. Not KO, trashes it, so it doesn't even get any on KO advantages if that card happens to have an on KO. And he has 2 Ben Beckmans in hand, so it's perfect, right? You can kill 2 9Ks this way. So it does play a Mr. 2, which ramps him 1 active Dawn. So this gets him to 4 or 5. No, wait, 6. Then attacks 8k. So yeah, he's on his path to 10 pretty quickly, to 8, right? He doesn't even really need to ramp anymore. Unless he can ramp twice next turn, but he can't. So yeah, he's set. So it passes to the Shanks, who's now at 3 life. Shanks is running the new Kobe. That's interesting. That's what we kind of wanted to see from the Smoker in the last game. We ended up not seeing it. It would have really helped, I think, right? This Kobe here. It lets him KO a 3k, which can kill this Mr. 2 actually. So it does swing 7 again. Blue Purple Luffy counters 2, forcing a lot of answers from the Luffy's hand here. Plays the Kobe out. Okay, we get to see him. This is going to be interesting. So on your opponent's turn, he's a 6k. I know he's not, because you're not a Navy leader. So it's just for the card draw, right? Because when he swings, you can draw a card if you have 6 or less cards in your hand. Everything else about the leader is not relevant. About the card, not the leader. For this leader, for Shanks the leader. So Blue Purple Luffy now at 8 Dawn. So it's not the turn that you go to 8 Dawn, it's the turn that you start at 8 Dawn, right? So next turn is when his leader ability will be active. So let's see what he does with this Dawn. So he spends 5 of it for, I believe he had a Nami, right? Yep, Nami blocker. This Nami lets you draw 2 cards, 3 cards, and then you can place 2 of them, 2 cards in your hand in total back on the top or bottom of your deck in any order. So it does help fix your hand by a lot, right? You do run quite a lot of bricks in this deck. This helps you find your late game too. He's digging for a 9-cost Sanji just to be able to cheat out the Linlin with it. So he does get rid of 1 Linlin, it looked like, to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, these are cards that he doesn't want to see. And then swings 9 with leader. Shanks most likely has to take this. But it would be easy to just leader ability and counter 4k. And you could justify it just because Kobe's going to draw you cards anyway, if you're going to swing with the Kobe. So yeah, you counter with 2 cards, but you'll get 1 card back. Might be worth it actually, now that I think about it. Right, especially because 9Ks is what you're going to see a lot from this point on. Now the thing is, if you use 4k to counter your life, you won't have 4k to counter your Kobe, which might be more important if he's going to be drawing you cards. But you also need to get down to 6 cards in hand for Kobe to draw you cards in the first place. Right, at this point the Shanks cannot draw cards with the Kobe. He's really thinking about it. Let's see what he does though. So he does have only 4k here and then 2k from Ben Beckman, but he's not going to use those for counter, I don't think. Also, if you're like a Japanese learner and you're learning katakana, these are like the most annoying katakana to have to learn. It's hard to tell if it's like a tsu or if it's a shi or it's a no. Okay, so he does take the 9 or a n, not no. So even I'm tripped up on it. Still. Okay, so that's probably all he can do, right? Is he going to pass the turn? Yep, he passes the turn. So Shanks' turn now. He is at, is this 10? I think this is 10. So draws a card for turn. We'll get 2 Dawn. He is at 10. Okay, let's see what he does. So yeah, Kobe can kill the Mr. 2 because it's a 1k power. It's just that he won't draw a card and that puts Kobe into danger. But if the leader is going to play a 9-drop, Kobe's most likely going to live. So I think it might be okay to attack with Kobe, actually. Right? Because otherwise he would just get like lifed by the 9-mom. So it does swing 6 with Kobe. Pops the Mr. 2. Doesn't get to draw a card, but that's fine. He killed the character and he's going to get a card in hand as an answer, potentially. Okay, Blue Purple Luffy decides to take, so the Thunder Bagua, he already used Thunder Bagua. He put it on the bottom, right? So he just wanted cards in hand, I guess. Now 9-drop, we could see that Shanks, he has it in hand. Where is he at? This one here, from the starter deck. He opts for the Ben Beckman play to just pop the Nami here. He goes to 6k, Nami's a 6k, he still has the 2 Building Snakes, he doesn't need to use it for anything else. But yeah, this was the other option, just to be defensive, makes him a 7k base leader. But I'm guessing he's waiting for the Luffy to play a big character just to get the discount on this guy because he becomes a 6-cost in hand. Okay, so he does find a 9-cost Sanji. On the turn that he needs it to, perfect timing, right? Lets him play another card out. You can rearrange the top cards here. The best option he has is an 8-cost Katakuri, right? So he can play 9 Sanji into this Katakuri for free because it's a 9-drop or lower, and he'll have a blocker out that way that he can attack with every turn because he untaps himself. So let's see. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he set up the Katakuri, right? I didn't quite catch what he put back on top, but it has to be because he didn't bottom deck it. Now, what is he going to do with his remaining Dawn, right? He has 1 Dawn to spare afterwards. He could throw 7 at Kobe just to make it a little harder for him to defend it. but then he won't have Dawn up for defense, but the Shanks only has a bend backman and leader. After that, he has a Katakuri blocker, so I think you just use the Dawn on leader. Swing 7 at the Kobe. Oh, swings is 6 only. Swings is 6? Nope, didn't fully commit to it yet. So now that I flubbed my words, it's very apparent that, okay, swings is 6. Swings is 6 and gets leader ability and countered 1. Right, Shanks' leader ability gives him minus 1k, and then it becomes a 5k attack. So it does play the Sanji into Katakuri, and passes with 1 Dawn up. In terms of defenses, he has Gear Second in his hand, which counters for 3k. Right, I see this. He doesn't ramp for him anymore, he doesn't need it for ramp. Okay, so Shanks' turn. Now what does he do here? He does have a bend backman that can just kill the Katakuri outright. I do think Katakuri is the bigger annoying threat here than the Sanji. Right, Sanji, once he becomes rested, he doesn't untap himself, so you can always use the other Building Snake to combo it with the Divine Departure in his hand to kill that. Meanwhile, Katakuri will untap himself, so he's unable to be attacked into. So you kill him with the on play, right? So that makes complete sense to me if he wants to just get rid of the biggest threat on board right now. So yeah, unfortunately, the Kobe KO is based on base cost, base power, right? 3000 base power, so you can't combine it with the Building Snake. In case you guys were wondering why, he hasn't been using it. Yeah, his hand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He needs to play 2 cards if he wants to draw with Kobe, which. Yeah, I guess you save Kobe for later, for the late game. Is there a world where he plays the 10 cost Shanks instead? Right, that would make the rest of his board a little weaker on the clapback and threatens the opponent's life every turn. But killing something on board and developing the Beckman also pressures, right? And he'll still have 3 Dawn left over after that to attack with leader for 8. Is he going for the 9 cost Shanks? 9 cost Shanks cost 6 now, right? So he'll have 4 more Dawn. Right, he has this in hand. He's holding this card, thinking about it. Would make his leader a 7k. Nope, he put it back down. I guess there's many options here, so he has to pick which is the best one. Honestly, I like Building Snake into Ben Beckman on the Katakuri, and then when Sanji swings, you Building Snake that one, and then Divine Departure it. Swing 7 first with the Beckman just to see what happens. It's met with the 2k counter. So 7 met with 2k. Okay, looks like he's going for that Shanks. He keeps trying to pick it up. Plays it out for 6. So leader is now a 7k base as well. They got dice, nice. Could be 11k from leader. No, just 7 from leader. This could be a free Katakuri block, right? He's probably not going to put Dawn on the Kobe to attack with it, so Katakuri is like a free block here. Completely safe, I would have to say. Oh no, but if he blocks with Katakuri, that's when you can Building Snake and then kill with the Kobe. So actually not safe. Actually not safe. Counters 2. Okay, so the Kobe hit, if it's not a big hit, is what you block. But he's not going to attack with it if you can block. He has a Uta in hand. How much is Uta cost? It's a 2 cost in hand, right? Where is Uta? Uta and red. Where's red? This one here. Oh, but he doesn't have a 10k, does he? No, Shanks is 10k. So yeah, it is a 2 cost in hand right now. He passes with 4 Dawn open. So the only counter event he had in hand is Divine Departure. What the heck? What the helly? Okay. So he has 3k counter and then 3 Dawn just to scare him. So Purple Luffy is gonna take this 2k to hand. Doesn't have another 9 cost Sanji play. Might be nice to get that Luffy. Luffy is traditionally a good card into Shanks when you play Purple Luffy at least. Hitting would be irrelevant here. I think his hand is too small now. So he's gonna draw into that Luffy here. Play it out, draw into Mr. 2 as 1k counter. Yeah, I think that's good. That's what I like. I would like to see that. Oh, he has Gungam Giant. I didn't even notice it here. That'll help him fix his hand a bit too, but he doesn't need to right now. Is he thinking about bottom decking it? Nope. Okay, so he's gonna draw that Luffy after all. And then that's gonna be what's played for 9. Let me show you what he does before he plays it. I'm gonna get ahead of this guy. What set is he from? OP09? Yes. So yeah, he just gets rush and he needs to draw a card. If you -1 Dawn, which at this point doesn't really matter. Katakuri gives you a Dawn back too. So they're talking about putting... Shanks only has 7 cards in hand, so it's not going to hit him too badly. Right, it's 4 Dawn just to make him lose 2 cards. Okay, swings 8 with Katakuri at leader, who is a 7k base still, by the way. So this is just a 2k counter. He still has leader ability active. Sanji might as well just swing now too. Right, the blue-purple Luffy cannot swing with leader. 6k into 7. Unless he wants to use that Dawn up, but he needs it for the defensive events. Yeah, I guess this also makes sense, right? Since the Shanks is a 7k base, he's not going to take too much damage. He can still do the Ben Beckman thing the turn after, and now he has a 10k Shanks to swing with every turn too. Right, so same plan. He felt it was safe enough to do this. So yeah, I like that he went for that play instead. Because the 9 from this Sanji is just leader ability plus a 2k to defend. He had the 2ks in hand, and also now Kobe will start drawing him cards too. Yeah, this is actually a lot better position. I was too overzealous with trying to kill the board. Oh, he goes for the 9 mom instead? Okay, getting rid of the Kobe, it looks like, before he can draw cards with it. Oh, let me show you what he does. What she does. Lin. Lin lets you draw -1. You charge a card from your hand, heal a life, and then you can put one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less to the top or bottom of the life area. Oh, he opted not to put anything in life. What the heck? And then didn't attack with the Sanji. What the heck? I guess he didn't want it to die on the clapback to the building snakes. But yeah, one building snake plus Ben Beckman kills Sanji too. Whoa, that was kind of wild. Blue purple Luffys are kind of wild. I guess at the top level, it's like these kind of like unorthodox or like plays that low level players probably don't recognize is what separates them from like top level and like low level, right? I wouldn't have thought to do what he did because I'm a low level blue purple Luffy main. I just haven't played the deck much. Okay, so 7 at face is the counter with the 2k. Here's a 10k. This is probably a take. Yep, could see Ben Beckman coming out. What's in his hand? Is it the 10 cost Shanks? It is. This one here that gives -1k to everything on board. He uses one of the building snakes to give Katakuri -3k, so he's now a 5k. Plays out the 10 cost Shanks, so he cannot possibly block and then counter with the Gungam Giant. Okay, attacks with Kobe for 5 just to draw a card. That's gonna be all he's gonna be good for this game. He replaced himself at least, and he's a threat on board. So here's 12k at leader. I don't think he wants to block with Katakuri, so he'll take another. Okay, 2 Gungam Giants. Passes to the Blue Purple Luffy's turn. So yeah, Blue Purple Luffy has 3 big characters out. That's kind of all he needs. At this point, he just needs to leave a bunch of Dawn open for counter events and play blockers. So he's going to be digging for blockers. Start digging in your deck, Twin, for a blocker. I don't think he wants to take any of these. He's going to bottom deck these probably. Takes a Usopp here. Usohachi, 2k. Oh, is he going to keep the pudding on top? No, you're going to bottom deck this, right? Oh, he's so unsure. Yeah, you bottom deck. You want blockers. You don't want to Gungam Giant into 8 cost Katakuris at this point. Oh! Is he going to put it on top? Oh my god. Okay. Kept it on top. I guess I'm wrong. Draws into a pudding. He's trying to pudding the other guy's hand, maybe? Putting and then a bunch of Dawn open for counter events. Do you want to draw into those Katakuris though? Okay, so he does 11 into leader. That is a take. Maybe the Shanks cannot survive this. Actually, I just realized. Can he even survive this? Okay, putting the entire hand. Potentially losing a bunch of 2k counters this way. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you what pudding does. So it's all up to luck now. His new hand of 5. Right, your opponent returns all the cards in their hand and shuffles their deck and draws a new hand of 5. He's going to have to hope that he has enough power here between 9, 8, 6, and then 4 Dawn here to go for game with this new hand of 5. I wonder what this dice is for. Oh wait, everything has -1k. Sorry. So this was 10 actually. 7. Thank you, guy with the dice. I forgot. Dice guy is clutch. I wish I had a dice guy for my games. Would be nice. Ooh, look at this new hand. It was like, what, 2k counter total? That was the perfect pudding. Holy crap. Blue Purple Luffys are on another level at this stage of the game. So that was what was this? Linlin is 8. Katakuri 8. He didn't have the counter, right? Leader ability and 3k? Yeah. Oh wait, this has 1k counter too. But that's not enough. The leader can finish. And then leader 9 for game? He could play it safe because he does have a bunch of counter events. He's really having to think. It's a gamble at this point. But he used 1ks, right? But he also could have been using the 1ks to psych out the Blue Purple Luffy. He's gonna go all in. Oh, Blue Purple Luffy's gonna commit. No, he put it back. Ooh, this is like a nail biter. Right, yeah, that has to commit or hope he can live with Gungam Giant Gear second. Which might be kind of hard because the Shanks has a lot of big characters out. If only he knew he has lethal. If only he knew. You just need to attack with your leader. You don't even need Dawn attached. Oh wait, yeah, he'll swing with the leader for sure anyway. So he's gonna win no matter what. Even with the minimal amount of investment here, yeah. So Shanks loses, Blue Purple Luffy takes it. But that was a lot closer than I was expecting it to be. Which is why the Shanks made it to top 16. So, but Blue Purple Luffy takes it in the end. I don't know, that was a pretty good game though. So can't be too mad at the Blue Purple Luffy player. So yeah, that's going to be your top 16 here. Be on the lookout for the top 8 coming up shortly after this. Let me know what you guys thought of the video, if my English cards on the screen helped, and then I guess subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Be on the lookout for the next round, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Card D Kaizoku.
Da 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 da.